Pink dia abang mati kan.
Apa namanya? Namanya apa?
Kampret Dota2. Ya, welcome guys, come back to Kampret Dota2. Ha. Di sini Newbee VirtusPro sudah melakukan pick. Ya, welcome guys, come back to Kampret Dota2.
VirtusPro's turn to pick.
Oke, last pick dari Newbee, Blade. Cukup menjanjikan. Kayaknya Venomancer bakalan mid.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Tuh. Tak streaming, tak live ni. Ada keluar.
Yuk, last pick dari VB. VB kayaknya nunggu Kampret baru ngepick. Pick lah Kampret. Nah, pick kan.
You may now select your heroes.
PL. Nice. PL kayaknya lebih bisa counter Blade. Soalnya ilusinya banyak banget jadi susah buat disunder. Tapi ada bara-bara bere cuy sama Anding. Ya kita lihat aja. Di sini mid kayak bakal diisi no one. Wow. Ramses main less rock. Lil main Bounty. Pasha NP solo band. Sedangkan di sini SCC Venomancer. Terus Kakak main Spirit Breaker, KP main Batrider, Mogi Terrorblade, dan Fate main Undying. Ini kita lihat Ramses atau No One yang midnya. Tapi kayaknya tetap No One nih.
5 seconds remaining.
Jelas ya? Sekarang
Jelas.
ada suara Dotanya lah. Ada suara Dotanya.
Tak ada.
PP pas pick game mah.
Tak ada. Masuk video pun ada. Suara abang.
Belum.
Oh ada.
Prepare for battle.
Good luck Evan dan Newbie versus VP dimulai. Kita lihat di sini. Kill dead belum, masih nih. Dari segi item, jadi ada smoke dari kakak. Suara dalam gamenya ada kan?
Ada.
30 seconds to battle.
Ada geng di mid. Oh nggak jadi. Hmm.
Denied.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Appreciate it.
Coin of the realm.
Appreciate it.
Coin of the realm.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Haste.
Told from
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Of fear.
the seeds of hope.
Wages of fear.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has been denied.
Death tax.
Dire's bottom tower.
Coin of the realm.
Haste! A tide to the impurities.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Haste! A tide to the impurities.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We are one.
Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower has been denied. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Gold for me.
Bargain hunting.
Radiant are scanning. Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Endurance run!
Bountiful.
Endurance run!
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
The impurifier.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Haste. Double damage.
Down. Endurance run!
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
A tide to the impurities.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Endurance run!
Death tax.
Coin of the realm.
Death tax.
Coin of the realm.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Approach you. The seeds of fortune. The seeds of fortune.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Monster kill.
Is under attack.
Monster kill.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Invisibility.
Middle tower is under attack. Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
A tide to the victories. A tide to the victories.
Dire are scanning. Radiant are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Mere coin.
Radiant's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's top shrine has fallen. Dire's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's top shrine has fallen. Dire's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack.
Quick sprint.
Bountiful.
Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Dire's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
Endurance run.
Dire's top shrine is under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Your desolation and the world
The tables turn.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
desolation and the world
The tables turn.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Death tax. Death tax.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Pull roots and run!
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
A tithe to the impurity. The seeds of fortune.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower.
Gold for me. A tithe to the impurity. The seeds of fortune.
Mere coin.
Gold for me. Regeneration!
Radiant structures are fortified.
Endurance run!
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Endurance run!
Has fallen.
All in service to imbalance.
Bountiful. The wages of fear. The wages of fear.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's top barracks are under attack. Radiant's top barracks, Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. The Dire now have mega creeps. Radiant's top barracks has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Endurance run!
VirtusPro Newbee's turn to pick. Newbee's turn to pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to pick. 10 seconds. Newbee's turn to pick.
Bang.
5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to pick. 10 seconds. Newbee's turn to pick.
Bang.
VirtusPro's turn to pick.
I speak for the trees.
Newbee's turn to pick.
Bang.
VirtusPro's turn to pick.
I speak for the trees.
10 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to pick. 5 seconds remaining.
I speak for the trees.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I speak for the trees.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Newbee's turn to bat.
Sven stands ready.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VirtusPro's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VirtusPro's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VirtusPro's turn to ban. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. VirtusPro's turn to ban. Newbee's turn to pick. 5 seconds remaining. VirtusPro's turn to Queen of turn to pick. VirtusPro's turn to Queen of turn to pick. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. 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 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Nahuy suka biliar. Suka biliar. Nahuy suka biliar. Nahuy suka biliar.
VirtusPro's turn to pick.
Nahuy suka biliar.
VirtusPro's turn to pick. 10 seconds remaining.
Nahuy suka biliar.
5 seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
VirtusPro's turn to ban.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
VirtusPro's turn to pick. Newbee's turn to pick.
Brewmaster!
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
VirtusPro's turn to pick. Newbee's turn to pick.
Brewmaster!
10 seconds remaining.
VirtusPro's turn to pick.
5 seconds remaining.
Brewmaster!
Timbersaw!
Choose your hero.
VirtusPro's turn to pick.
5 seconds remaining.
Timbersaw!
Choose your hero.
VirtusPro's turn to pick.
5 seconds remaining.
Timbersaw!
Choose your hero. 5 seconds remaining.
Timbersaw!
Choose your hero. 5 seconds remaining. Prepare for battle. Prepare for battle. Prepare for battle. 30 seconds to battle. 30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
The seeds of
Clothing
Dota.
tribute.
The battle begins.
The seeds of
Clothing
Dota.
tribute.
The battle begins.
The seeds of Dota. Drinks are on you! First blood. Drinks are on you! First blood. Boast of my country. Denied. Invisibility. Selfish. I'll take your tribute. I'm in trouble, straight. Selfish.
Mine!
Have another. I insist.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Radiant's courier has been killed.
Там скоро еще будет, в принципе-то под таймингом он успеет достоять, я думаю, не будет подставляться, их килла ему хватит. Паша в муге, пока что выигрывает линию.
Ну, Паша здесь все хорошо. Кто отсюда не гоняет, внимание на него не обращают вообще. Внимание Ньюби на мидлейн. Опять там два героя, третий подтягивается. Ван, бежать отсюда, снова пошел Игнайт, Фейт, Брейнсап, снова флоу. Трудно что-либо сделать. Угармак сейчас не тот персонаж, который может зайти и отогнать Бейна и Сенкинга. Да? Совсем прям не тот. Даже с одним Бейном были проблемы.
Да, здесь Сенкинг подходит в инвизах постоянно. Успевает в спину выйти.
Там выход на топ. Спину Пашу, у него маны абсолютно нет. Муге гонит Пашу, КК, подкопал.
Паша есть.
Что Мангус ему даст?
Подсловен.
Сейчас КК пойдет дальше. Еще одна тычка очередная. Ну и все, спилили. Спилили Пашу, очередной удачный выход от КК. Хорошо он роумит. Где-то напрягает. Не дает возможности даже выдохнуть VirtusPro. Лил забрал баунти-рун, активировал.
Ну, максимально неприятно для VirtusPro эту ситуацию. Мидер серьезно страдает, да еще и на лотлейне ситуация явно тоже. Хорошие саппорты. Работа выход на KP. Потратили, собственно, линию от соло. KP должен погибать. Есть небольшая, но ответка уже из команды ВП.
Ну, Ван много хитпоинтов потерял, постоянно в нем даггер торчит. Еще и аркейн руна для Queen of Pain. Ой-ой-ой, надо быть аккуратнее. Сейчас может Трипл Си занаглеть, ворваться в No One, ему сейчас пятый получить. Пошел даггер.
Да, No One скоро получит пятый.
Там вот из Трипл Си получит пятый. С вторым Queen of Pain под аркейн руной не могут забрать. А может быть и с первым смогут лететь сюда Фреон. Вот есть пруты. Есть пруты. No One прогресс проходку. Еще один даггер. Висп уже рядом. No One
поджиливает. Замечательно.
Там Шрайн есть, если что. Well played, говорит No One. Спасибо, что не сейвили. Тут Шрайн пошел, все буквально фуловые. No One вернется на линию. Втроем всю игру на мидлейне. Совсем жестко играет.
Левела у них хорошая.
Да.
Четвертый левела, ситуация зеркальная.
Уже четверо на мидлейне. Втроем всю игру на мидлейне.
Собрались все бой здесь. На ранней стадии тавр забирать. Есть такая возможность.
Right clicks, he's got level 3, he's got the point of standstill, but he's actually in a bit of trouble here as Lil turns up. If they have any sort of detection or AoE, they do with the brief fire. They'll cut down Kaka, getting a little too greedy with that positioning, as he underestimated the potential of VP being able to turn that one around. Normally he's very on point with his plays, Kaka, but that one was a little questionable.
Well, I don't really think it was that question because I don't think he expected the Dragon Tail to come out so early. He actually he skilled it at level 4 or 5, I believe. Usually, especially when he's struggling this much, usually the stun. Well, I don't really think he just far more with that beat fire. I mean, sometimes you'll get it defensively, but yeah, he's skilled at it.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Especially when he's struggling.
Top lane Mugi definitely able to play much more aggressive now with that level 6 has to slow for the Chakram, buying time for Kaka to close the gap. Burrow strikes there. That's the movements we expect from Kaka, and once again doing it on this top lane, taking down Pasha.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Timbersaws going to be a big problem though. They don't have great magic burst at all. All they really have is like a Sven to chop through his enormous amount of tankability. I guess they can just cyclone him in fights and worry about him later, but he's still
especially going to be an issue for this heavily punished DK. No one again. Being chased down. SCCC has a DD. He needs help, the DK, and he's going to get it. Solo's there. That will, for the time being, at least put Newbee off jumping in onto the Dragon Knight. They may just look for Solo instead. Bottom lane, Ramses and Lil chasing down. KP will get the kill. Kaka and SCCC should be able to finish off Solo with the dagger in him and the double damage still up on that SCCC's quad.
And they revealed the stat too. Ogre kind of came down right after the 7-minute mark, so they kind of wonder what the heck he's up to. And then Same King also went to the right to chase him, so they have very good eyes on the stack. That's something you might consider blowing a Sonic Wave on.
Oh, look at this, they want to go. The brain sap, the stun from Kaka, that's going to be no one down again in the middle lane.
What a great block from KP, that was sick. Tower.
Yeah, really nicely done. Sometimes we see just going straight away with the Sprout, but he lands down the Trins, gets the kill. Now the return play is going to be there. Pasha's trying to lead him with the Primal Spit, but Kaka just gets stunned up. This Ogre in a lot of trouble. Lil's going to come in looking for the save. Is keeping Solo alive. Tabib knows Solo will fall, but they are able to find the big one. They get Quap, cost them both the support's lives. VP, they want to get more out of this. They may just Pasha lands the clap, brief fire onto KP, but Kaka's Burrow Strike holds back the DK. KP gives us a space to TP out. He's going to make it as well. Kaka still has the Sandstorm. Burrow Strike back up in a couple of seconds as well as one charges. He should be fine, and he will. Gets out of there. So VP able to strike back in the sense that they get the Queen of Pain, but it's still costing them kills. And now they know Ramses is on his own down bottom. SCC's hunting. He's going to hit level 6, and Ramses TP straight out away from the material line. He cannot play around with that level 6 Queen of Pain on his own.
That's probably one of the career. I think he died there once. Kind of left it there. So this is nice, at least they get this big stack. Looks like Kaka's actually going to be able to leech some of these.
It's going to be nice if he can stick around in the AoE.
Yeah, he knows what's up. Oh my god, he's like getting so much XP. There are 3 VirtusPro heroes.
A little bit counts. He may pay with his life for it though. As the stuns stack up. And it's there. And with the stick charges and Burrow Strike, Kaka's going to live. Very nicely able to play his way out of that. As KP comes in with a Sprout. He's buying a little time for Kaka.
Look at this gold too. He has 600 gold in that tank. He hasn't really been farming at all, but he's very high net worth.
He's just been so active. He's 4-1 and 3. He's been in 7 of the 8 kills. This is, the Kaka Sand King that we know and love.
The highest win rate and the most games. Oh no, this is the highest win rate.
That win rate is 74% on a hero. That's incredible. And as he's expected, I mean, if over the patches, the years, no one DK, that is his best hero. That is the hero that we know he loves, and we know he loves to play it. He certainly shows it in the way he plays. And to be fair, regardless of the pressure that he's been put on the mid lane, he's still getting the experience is good. It's just the farm that's incredibly lacking.
Unfortunately for him, he has to, they have to give Sven the stacks. So normally he would just, get level 12 whenever farm some huge stacks in the game. So they can still farm that, so those should be prioritized stacks as he has been.
And that's the thing as well, because the pressure was there for no one, Ramses has had an absolutely free game so far. He's exactly where he wants to be in farm. As we saw, he gets the ancient stacks. So sure, a little bit of the XP gets soaked up by Kaka, but overall, the pace of farm's great for Ramses.
And he has Bloodlust too on PK, so that both up your net worth by a good 30%.
On this Invis rune, could set up for down to Kaka if they get the stun into stun. And they should have the timing perfectly. Damage with Lil. Should be enough with the spirits flying through. Kaka tries to play his way out there. He goes for the TP, but he is not going to make it. VP will punish Kaka.
Excellent spirit control from Lil. Lil's actually very farm too. His net worth is 8, but it's actually very high at 8. Because there's a big drop off after him. Poor Solo. 536. He has more HP than gold, dude. His net worth is 8, but it's actually very high at 8.
The classic Solo. As we've seen before, he doesn't need gold. He doesn't need farm to do a lot for his team solo. very good at playing in a position where he is normally starts for gold levels. As we've seen before, he's still yet to really see Mugi show his power with the amount of net worth he has, but that will almost certainly change once he has that Bloodstone complete, which is pretty much there. Brett just needs to get that recipe done, and then things are going to get very tricky for VP once Newbee group up as 5 and start to look for these team fights. They've got a great amount of team fight, that is where their strengths lie. If the game goes on, the farm game is going to be hard to play against Ramsey Sven. But the fighting in this sort of early to mid game portion could get very rocky for VP. They're smoked up, they're looking for the opening, they get the Fiend's Grip off before the ultimate comes down, and that will be Pasha gone. Quick and clean kill for Newbee. Nothing that can be done in reaction, even with the recent patches making that cast animation a little shorter, not short enough for Pasha. Fiend's Grip was there immediately.
And Kaka kind of kill stealed that, but wait for his courier kill. It
was empty, but still, a bit of gold for the boys, and Mugi off the back of that courier kill should have the gold for the Bloodstone. Yeah, he's just 100 gold away, so Bloodstone's going to be there as well, as you said, Blink. Go on Kaka for the next fight.
So VirtusPro are waiting to do the thing that they're actually worst at, which is taking down objectives. Yeah. Very terrible Roche lineup, very terrible pushing. So VirtusPro want them to waste their time doing these maneuvers that aren't going to be super lethal. I don't even think have a Blightstone. They double up on the Orb of Venom, but without a Blightstone, like just right-clicking towers is just going to take forever. No medallion for Roshan too, so VirtusPro are very comfortable with just farming up and doing neutrals, just because they know that Newbee aren't going to waste their time like that. They're just trying to avoid fights, but Newbee are really strong.
Well, as the Bloodstone being done for Mugi, we have a couple of big pickups for VP. Armlet is now complete for no one.
He has mana regen, and he has a Wisp on his team, and he has Soul Ring. It's actually, I usually see the damage talent, especially later on, combined with the attack speed talent. At level 25, 140 attack speed is no joke. And a lot of these games have gone pretty well. And he's a core, so he's more likely to get 25. And he's going to fight.
Radiant are scanning.
I mean, I think if you're VP, you are happy sort of drawing it out and playing for the farm game. With this lineup, with this Ramsey Sven and the numerous ways you can buff him up, as you've been mentioning. Bloodlust Tether.
Kaka knows that they had the VP scan, so they know that Newbee are there. But with the way he's positioned, you can kind of tell that they know what's going on.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Not really a good fight, or else he wouldn't have been in that position. Hiding on the northwest side.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Lane, KP, SCCC will take it all. Solo tries for the warding, and he will pay for it. Quickly dispatch of the Ogre.
And a D-ward. No, that's so much of his net worth.
D-ward and a Bloodstone charge for Mugi. Fresh off the bat, picking it up. Ramses and Lil trying to get something achieved on the top lane. Dragontail just to hold back this Timbersaw. No one, of course, no intentions of fighting Mugi at this stage, but Mugi certainly wants to fight him, chasing him down. Kaka closing the gap. The Chakram into the Burrow Strikes there. No one is going to almost certainly go out of this one. He tried to arm the toggle, but the Fiend's Grip holds him in place. He's gone. Pasha commits the ult, but has to just run away. He cannot fight on his own against this lineup of Newbee. They're looking to try and chase him, see if they can get him post-ultimate. And with KP TPing in for the cutoff, they may just do it. No, it's quick with the blink. Pasha will keep himself safe.
Mugi was really slow throwing out the shotgun. You want the shotgun right on top of the Earth Spirit when it's about to expire, but at the same time, Pasha didn't throw that stuff out of that. Or, sorry, KP managed to escape out of the shotgun. You want the shotgun right on top the whole time when it's about to expire, but at the same time,
done now as well for KP, so a little more elusive and harder for VP to trap down in these fights. Just having that saves for whoever gets changed down. As we've seen, Newbee's best way of making the plays has been with the stun and the DK stun. If you've got any sort of 4-star just to take or rip that hero away from the Sven hammering into them, you are going to buy time for Queen of Pain to get his blink off, for Timber to get the Timber chain off, the Burrow Strike to come out. These sort of 4-star plays could be crucial for Newbee.
And they're also making up for the other weakness of not being able to take objectives, so we do see the Timbersaw actually go for the medallion. He's likely going to replace that later, but it's at least they realize that our weakness, like, how are we going to do Roche? We have a really big lead right now, but we can't actually do anything with it. So now they're trying to change that right now. Roshan is still going to be pretty tough for them, but certainly doable, I would say, at this phase, especially with Reach Pop. He's probably the best hero to keep taking that Roshan.
And as we've been saying, they have got such great team fight to utilize around these enclosed areas like the Roche pit. And for VP, it's a little harder. They need to make sure that they have the ult from the Panda to really do anything major. They do add the blink on Ramses. That's certainly going to make things a lot easier if they can get the jumps onto sort of the more glass cannon-y heroes like the Queen of Pain at this stage before the Sonic Wave gets blown.
At least they can just itemize for sure.
Look at this stat, man. Poor record, one last hit. Listen, he's getting more now though. That stat, I'm afraid that's outdated. We're going to have to get that one updated now. Solo, I think he just tripled his CS in the last few seconds.
Damn, 4 CS, you see that?
Here we go.
Getting out of control.
Ramses will be saved. Lil's there with the quick relocate.
They weren't even looking for the Wiz too with the way that they were positioned.
They were trying to make sure that they could grab him as well as Ramses. They should be able to get him on the way back in. As Lil get himself out of this. No, gets stunned up by the Burrow Strike, cut down, another Bloodstone charge for Moogie.
So do they want to do Road right now?
They could try. As you said, it's not going to be the quickest, but it is going to be pretty safe in terms of not taking any damage with the Treants tanking it up. They've got a fantastic ward as well to spot out any sort of action that starts going. In fact, look, they've got 3 observer wards kind of in between VP and themselves. This is very hard for VP to make any sort of gap closer on. So it's a very, very safe approach attempt. They go for the smoke, but they see it. These wards paying off, and immediately, Newbee, they know that they can't mess around. They can't race and take down Roche at any sort of speed, so they get away. This smoke, unlikely to achieve anything for VP, and in fact, whoa, Kaka, very quick with the blink. He was ready for that one. Gets himself out of the hands of Ramses. Now Kaka wants to go back in. Leaves him with the Burrow Strike. Pasha jumps forward with the clap. Defensive Nightmare buying some time for Kaka. Will it be enough to get him out of there? No. Cut down by Ramses. VP find one, and they move on for a second. The stone's there onto Faith. He can't get the Fiend's Grip out. He's gone. Kaka buying back. Newbee really wanting to try and take this fight, even though this ult being out on the Panda makes it very hard for Newbee to actually get in on this. They get held back by the Cyclone. Solo's still there. They'll get the Panda immediately with the stun. Kaka does catch him. Pasha's not going to be able to TP out. The buyback paying off in that sense that they do get the Panda kill. They go back into Roshan, and with one man down on VP and God's strength, the ult's being used by VP. It makes it hard to go.
Oh my goodness, they don't have sentries.
Oh, is he going to go for a snipe? Oh, no, they got the dust. They're prepared. The dust is out. Newbee see him. Sonic Wave as well. No one is gone.
Oh. I thought he was going to make a big
I think, was he underneath that? Yeah, they did see him.
He's still like getting dust on himself. I mean, why would you have a dust? You don't even have any of this heroes.
That is true, yeah. MVP whoever had that dust, I'll tell you what. But they get the kills, they get the Aegis.
Bane had a sentry, but yeah, Kaka had that dust. Maybe he expected like a Shadow Blade pickup from Dragon Knight. Maybe he like wanted to kill the Invis Brew if they killed other ones. But I mean, these are very far-fetched situations. Having a dust right there, it's inconceivable almost.
Very commendable play. Because if they didn't have it, no one would definitely.
He has a sentry on Bane, but it was.
Yeah, maybe they popped that. But still, even just the foresight to have popped down a sentry at the end of that Roche would have been, as you say, not necessarily likely. Because of
it was still really funny. He's like, oh man, I'm gonna make this big play. And he's dust.
The foresight to have popped down a sentry at the end of that Roche would have been not necessarily likely. Ready to push down mid.
Radiant's middle tower.
God's strength as well as the Dragon Form back online. If you do want to take a fight, but 17 charges on this Bloodstone. Solo crest, Aegis on Moogie. He's very hard to go on. They have to go around and get to the back lines, and that's exactly what they're doing with this smoke. Jump onto Fabe. Bane in trouble, but I say that Kaka comes in with a good Burrow Strike, but Bane is still surrounded. He'll get taken down. Moogie's trying to turn. Chakram onto 2. Jump forward from SCCC. Pasha comes in with the ultimate. He's looking to focus down the Queen of Pain, keep SCCC out of the fight, but he gets forced back. Buys him time to get the blink off to the side. Moogie on the front lines as Kaka comes back in with the Burrow Strike onto Ramses. Popping the war cry, looking for a target. They're throwing down the dust. They have the vision onto Kaka. He cuts into it with the God Strike. Ramses picks up the SK kill. Now he's been sprouted. No way to get out of the tree line until now. Now he's able to cut through. VP take a 3rd kill out the back of this. Moogie thinking about trying to get something in return. He's eyeing up Lil. Stick charges are there. Lil tethers across. They won't catch the IO. He's deep, but VP, they're just ignoring this Timber. They're going for everyone around him. The stun from Ramses is there. They've got the perfect control to get the kill onto SCCC. Moogie gets out, but VP, they played that fight absolutely perfectly. They just ignored the Timber, went behind him, and for the entire fight, Moogie was trying to say, look at me, but VP, they just kept their eyes averted and looked elsewhere.
There's so many issues with that fight. Firstly, they give the Aegis to Moogie, which is not.
He doesn't need
He's not going to die. We saw the sun hitting him. He did almost no damage, and then Raven's like, okay, I'm not even touching him the rest of the fight. Secondly, they didn't kite the Blue Ultimate. That is just generally the best solution to deal with.
He's a little out on his own. I don't know if Armor's going to be enough to save him. Lil tries for the save. It's not quick enough.
That's 2 Bloodstone charges for Moogie. And I think he also needs to item out against the Cyclone to recover. I'm not sure if he Lotus the Cyclone, because I know Cyclone lasts longer on non-hero units. So he also needs to item out. Sure, that'd be a pretty successful. Yeah, maybe later.
But as you say, we're still pretty early on in the game. 22 minutes in, 52-11. Newbee still having the advantage and are taking objectives. Top lane, Pash is in trouble. He's going for the TP out, and he will make it. Don't have any sort of way of holding him back. Some very close fights indeed. Overall, Ramsey still taking a lead with the net worth. 12,000 on him at the moment, and BKB very close to being done. And that will cause a lot of issues for the Newbee's lineup. Very reliant on the match, but they've got ways to disable them through it. Again, we saw before how much a Bane can do.
They just need Timbersaw to kill the Wisp.
That will cause a lot of issues.
Maybe even get a Blink Dagger on him. He needs a lot of things. I actually don't think he needs more armor. He's actually going for Shiva's incredible.
I mean, he's
43 without full reactive, and then he's going to have more from Shiva's. He needs a lot of things. Yeah, they're not going to focus him. As we saw from last fight, they're not really going to focus him. I guess maybe you can get like lucky with without full reactive. God Strain leaves later on and bursts him back before he gets reactive, but that's also really far-fetched. I think you just go for the most likely scenario, which is you getting kited and then play around or build around that. Huge fan of the Shield build, but we'll see how it plays out. Just go for the most likely scenario, which is you getting. I'd be a much bigger fan of BKB, so you can use it during Blue Ultimate, or you can get a Blink Dagger to do a lot of damage up front onto the Wisp, and if you get Cyclone, you can blink out a Cyclone too. That's one of the big parts the Blink Dagger in this game.
Ramses does have backup. This is there from Solo, speeds him out. Ramsey's thinking about turning, jumps in immediately again. They just ignore the Timber, straight in onto KP, who gets forced back. Solo Crest on him as well. Is it going to be enough to save him? No! Ramses gets the cleave hit, takes down the Nature's Prophet. The Fiend's Grip was there on PI. They have managed to find a trade, but overall VP coming in thick and hard. Sonic Wave from SCCC, bursting them down low. Ramses trying to find Faith. The stun control comes out. Double kill for Ramses. He's 2 for 2 at the moment. He'll look towards the shrine. Ramses still standing pretty strong, but the controls there from Newbee. They cut him down post BKB. The magical's too much for this fan, and now Pasha could be in trouble as well. He goes for the TP. Kaka not quite the resources to get out another stun. Will escape, but again Newbee getting some very good fights, fighting nicely around the BKBs as well. You saw again VP, they have good intentions. They jump in on the back. They do get the KP kill straight off the bat. But that's the BKB commitment. And the rest of Newbee's team very good at keeping the distance with these heroes like the Timbersaw and the Quap, and then coming back in at the opportune time.
They actually use grip on the Wisp. That's how, whether the BKB strategy, that's how important Wisp is to VirtusPro. So Newbee should continue to try and prioritize the Wisp, even if it does mean expending grip. And VirtusPro, they have to protect the Wisp a little bit better and get no one a BKB.
The seeds of fortune.
He actually, yeah, he just picked it up actually. So this is a good time for them to make a play. They just smoked out a base for this. They don't want to give up this next Roche, but you don't want to find Timber. I think even if you find him with no reactives, he's very, like, things could just go so poorly. And he does have reactive. He doesn't have BOTs though, so if they take a fight this far south, it could be. I think even if you find, but ideally you want to find Quap. Quap is just going to get blown up super easy. Quap does not have enough armor.
I mean, she's got the Lincolns, makes it a little more difficult in terms of stun control. And in fact, they're going to find Solo here. They'll take him down. Lil will bring no one in for this.
what? It's just a DK. He doesn't have that many items.
They're trying to fight. I mean, Newbee will probably be happy to play around with this. Patch comes in. Ramses is there now as well, though. There's the God Strength. They force back the Quap. The Link is blocking the stun. Allows SCC to DP out. And Faith with the Fiend's Grip. But it gets cancelled. Ramses gets the chance to put the BKB. They're turning towards Mugi. Can they bring down this Timber Saw? It doesn't look like they can. He gets himself out to the side with the Medallion buff. He's now looking to turn. Doesn't get the Chakram connection onto no one. But he cuts in low with the Whirling Death. No one trying for the TP out. Knows there's no way of Newbee cancelling it and does escape safely.
Wow, that's pretty insane. Having a lot of problems protecting their heroes, especially Kaka in particular. So, looks like Kaka is going to go for a Yules. They don't have any diffusal carriers. The best thing they have is Dispel Magic coming from the Storm Panda, but he can only do so much in the fight. But they're getting close to big items. Spencer has been slowly keeping up at net worth too. So despite Dragon Knight being less farmed, he's going to have the Radiance on the Brewmaster to make up for his damage. That's going to be pretty good, especially because they itemize heavy armor. You want magic damage. Dragon Knight being to hopefully kill the Timber Saw. Great Link is here to pick up too. Great for Dragon as well. Great for expense them, especially because they itemize heavy armor. I wonder if he's gonna itemize versus it. Like you can get Bloodthorn and like Blink Bloodthorn and stun, but that's not the easiest to pull off.
Lane. Yeet.
Oh, actually just does not care about Cyclone at all. They used Cyclone early on in the fight last fight to cancel the grip, so he had a little bit of breather, but I could easily see him getting Cyclone 3 times, just like one of the first fights that we saw.
Pash is very close to having Relic.
They used
Radiance.
the fight last fight to cancel the grip.
Going to add up the overall damage potential to the PP in these drawn out fights that we are starting to see because of both teams having used these tanky beefy cores that can withstand a lot of damage over time. 28 minutes, still Newbee with the overall lead, but Ramses sitting strong at the top. 15k net worth. No slowing down in the pace of this man's farm. Crystalis is in his backpack, ready to go for the next fight. And it's still Newbee. Get a good start. We've been saying as long as it's not onto Mugi, they have a very good chance of just taking out a hero straight away from the team fight. The damage that this Sven can give them. A few crits.
And just to illustrate the damage the heroes, like Timbersaw, he's versus 4 strength heroes. He's the highest right now, but I think he's supposed to be way higher than 16.1k. And Sven, they're doing a very good job of cutting Sven through the evasion, through the force staff, through the blink daggers, sleep grip. So Sven, he's not been doing that much damage. He's a great play, I would say. And Sven, and Brewmaster was also pretty close to it, but he'll be able to come up there. I think he can just purchase it.
Oh, that's the full radiance actually.
Yeah, good. Great time.
Orchid complete for SCCC, and this will be scanned down.
It could be huge because they could actually.
They know it's there. They know what's going on, Newbee.
Can they be able to go in though?
They're going to put the primal split. Pash is just going to look to try and keep them out on the side. Silence is there immediately onto Solar. That's going to be the Ogre down. He's falling low. Kaka comes in with a bow strike. Aegis hasn't been picked up yet. It's still on the ground. Roche is still alive. No one. He gets the snatch. They did get the kill, Newbee, but no one on the DK. Grabs the Aegis, pops the BKB, trying to fight up against this. Mugi's going to be sent up in air by the primal split. No one in Passion looks towards Faith. They cut down the Bane. Kaka coming in, finds the burrow strike onto the DK. No one's going to be down once. Silence is there onto the Brew. Passion to fall almost certainly as well. Drunken Ace buys him sometime, but it's not enough. KP and Kaka just toying with Ramses on the backlines away from this whole fight. He's stuck in the sprout, caught out by the burrow strike. Newbee, they take a third. No one does get out on the DK. He did manage to at least make sure that the Aegis didn't go the way of Newbee, but Newbee, they get the benefit of the gold and the experience. They take the team fight. They're now 12k ahead. There's no buyback on Pasha. There's no buyback on Ramses. Newbee, they could get away easily at least to set in this middle lane if they wish to do so.
Anyone else getting flashbacks? Ortiz
What? Hey, I mean, he just walks in and cuts down the SK, but yeah, he's got to get out of there. Lil will make sure of it.
He also has cheese too. He can also pass it. No,
a stun onto Mugi.
Without the Sven, that's not happening.
Lil is gone. Silence cut down. They really want to try and find this melee racks in Newbee off the back of that fantastic team play. And they should get it. No one has to be careful. There's no IO to back him up. that will be the melee race down. Moves forward again, see if he can catch anyone on the retreat. Managed to find KP, but the Nightmare is holding him back. Moogie comes across with the Chakram. Silence now onto Pasha. SCCC ready to turn. Has the silence down onto the Brewmaster. Not quite enough damage to finish him off. Pasha will survive. Puts himself back in range of the Shrine. And Newbee, they get that melee racks, they get out, only losing the SK, and they still maintain a hefty lead this game.
And now Moogie's coming to form. He just demolished at that road fight so hard, and he is getting
out. Only losing the SK, and
they just kind of left him alone for the majority of the game, kind of delaying the problem over and over again.
We'll see the Rush again. Three-man burrow strike from Kaka into just a perfect Sonic Wave. And it was a bit of a saving grace that Nolan is able to pick up the Aegis, but this time, with 2 heroes already dead and Newbee still having a full 5-man, it's just such a hard fight for VP to take.
So great play from Pasha. He like blinked out of the pit, or he went outside the pit with Brewlings to try and slow them down as much as possible, but Moogie got vision with the shotgun, and after that they honed in on that kill. He like blinked out of the pit, or he went so keep in mind, Newbee, they don't have like best. Timbersaw this farm is pretty damn good, but they still lack in the physical damage department. But with this sort of lead, I don't really have like best. He was going to part 2. Really need to be more.
I mean, he just doesn't want to die, Ben. And I tell you what, he's not going to if he gets that heart complete. I mean, yeah, 8-0-8 at this moment. And he is on par to having a game with a flawless KDA up top. Kaka actually finding the stun onto 2 there. I'm going to look to try and turn there. Put the primal split. Dust comes out. Lil will relocate himself out of there. The Finger comes down to Ramses, but Dragon Tail from no one stops the channeling. They focus down Faith. He's been dusted up. Glimmer Cape by him sometime in the magic resist. He turns with the brain sap, but they'll chase and they'll finish him off. Faith's gone. Kaka comes back in with the epicenter onto Lil. Not enough damage to finish off Bio. Ramses looks for the stun, but Kaka Sandstorm, it jukes it out. They don't have any sentry down VP, so they've got it back up. They blink away. Kaka's finding the chase. They cut down Lil. BKB's been popped by Ramses. He's going to wear out soon. He's trying to fight up, but again, he's been sprouted. Stuck in the trees. He'll be cut out of there by Moogie, but it's all good for Newbee as they have the burrow strike. He's down. He has to buy back Ramses as VP are forced back to the base. Again, Newbee taking an absolute storm of a team fight. And VP really giving it their all, but these fights are so hard to take.
I guess he actually should be worried about time because they have the Silver Age now on the DK. They, I think, caught him out with like very low reactive stacks because he came down after the cycle thing on, so there were no creeps hitting him. And he looked a little bit mortal. A tiny bit.
In this game, despite that 20k gold lead, there definitely still is life left in the fighting power of VP. And it's all about whether Ramses can get the job done. But as you said, with the items in play, it's a hard game for the Sven to really get the chance to beat into anyone.
Yeah, the Sprout alone is already like huge against him. He doesn't have enough room for just a puny little Quelling Blade. He has it in his backpack, but I guess you can BKB and swap it out for cut down one tree in a fight.
I mean, he's going to need to in some of these cases. He has to.
Yep.
He wants to get anything done with the timing of BKB and God Strength.
Okay, now Moogie should be going.
29 Bloodstone charges. Heart Shivers Guards to the Crest. It's the dream.
Maybe five heroes on him with a break, with no reactive, and a Bloodthorn to mitigate the evasion.
Okay, maybe at that point. Heart Shivers Guards to the Crest.
Maybe.
It's still a maybe. It's not a guaranteed surefire. Kaka. But no one, they have got the Fiend's Grip. Pasha has to put the primal split, but the Yule sending him up, meaning he can't get the chance to get it out along with the stun. SCCC has the Sonic Wave. They finish off no one. He's down. No buyback available. VP, they have to find some sort of trade off the back of this. They can't let Newbee get away with this one for free. But I don't know if they can actually punish them at all. The silence is down to Solo. SCCC jumps forward, gets the double kill. Lil going over to Ramses with the tether, but the burrow strikes through. Lil is down. Ramses puts the BKB, but it's all over for VP. They tap out. GG is called. Newbee take game 2. We're going to a game 3.
Nailed it with a Timber pick.
Absolutely. What a Timbersaw pick. And what a Timbersaw play. He played defensively in terms of his iron, but for 11, this has got to be some of the best Timbersaw main stage we've seen in a while. Absolutely flawless from Newbee.
And Newbee also focused down the Wind Panda so that he wouldn't get cycled. I didn't really notice that until some of the tail end of the later fights, but that's why he wasn't getting cycled as much as you would have expected coming out from VirtusPro. Well played.
Wow. And Mugi and SCCC certainly the ones having the flashy plays. There's no doubt about that in terms of their KDA. But the team as a whole, Newbee, looking incredibly hot. Maybe you could argue game one, it looked like it was going to go this way as well. This time they were just able to close it up, despite, as we said, really the lack of sort of tower hitting pushes. But at the end, they didn't have to kill the Ancient. They just had to kill VPA. Maybe you could argue game one. Well, game three, ladies and gentlemen. I know you won't go anywhere because this series is stepping up to be quite something as it stands 1-1 between Newbee and VP. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon for the final game of this series. Well, game three, ladies and gentlemen. I know you won't go anywhere because this series is stepping up to be quite something as it stands 1-1 between Newbee and VP. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon for the final game of this series. Well, game three, ladies and gentlemen. I know you won't go anywhere because this series is stepping up to be quite something as it stands 1-1 between Newbee and VP. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back soon for the final game of this series.
Newbees, turn to pick. Newbees, turn to pick.
Supports early.
10 seconds
Solo and
remaining.
Lil will play
Yeah,
those, you would imagine.
I thought that was going to be
5
important for both teams
seconds remaining.
coming into the series.
Newbee do tend to go for a core in the first two. Supports early. One of the
10
few teams that
seconds remaining.
made it work as well.
Yeah, I know.
Those you would imagine. We've seen an awful lot of teams, I feel
thought that
like,
was
over
gonna
the
be
last two
important for both
weekends
teams coming into the
that
series.
have added
Newbee do
cores
tend
in
to go
the
for a
first two
core
picks and have suffered as a result.
I would like them to pick something like Gear Spirit right now.
We've seen an awful lot of
Yes,
teams, I feel
absolutely.
like, over the last
Oh, I'm
two
even-
Lock down that Kaka hero.
that
I'm okay
have
with Shaker,
added
too.
cores in
I like Shaker on paper, but I'm just so struggling with my
Shaker
confidence. Yeah,
seems to be a bit off
Yeah.
for some reason.
Oh, I'm even
he had a really and he's a great player, but he had a
Yeah.
really brutal game. There's the Faith hero, the Bane. Both teams had success with that hero in the series.
Pick all three.
A bit off
Yeah.
for some reason.
He had a really and he's a great
As
player,
has
but he had a brutal
Prophet
game.
as well.
There's the Faith hero, the Bane. Both teams had success with that hero.
I'm not sure how that matches up,
10 seconds
like
remaining.
tempo-wise, against these two heroes. It's pretty good though. I'm starting to think that
5
sleep is just
seconds
like an unbelievable ability.
Oh, it's great, but the thing to me about the Bane is that it gives you a lot of insurance against this lane bullying style that VirtusPro like to play. I mean, you saw it clearly caught them a little bit off guard in the last game that the no one Queen of Pain, which the no one Dragonite against the Queen of Pain, which you think about the Dragonite, okay, he's tanky, he's going to stand there, but Newbee committed 3 heroes to that lane for basically the entire early game, and all of a sudden this Dragonite who feels tanky is like, whoa. I mean, the Wisp doesn't really want to leave the Sven alone and come over that early. For basically the entire early game, and all of a sudden this Dragonite who feels
I think Virtus.pro though, probably one of the better disruptor teams.
I mean, the Wisp doesn't really
For a long time, it was like their flavor
Pretty
hero.
comfortable in that CIS region as well. Isn't it?
yeah, I was just gonna bring up that there's another player, Sioma,
Probably one of the
that
better
plays
disruptor teams.
an outstanding disruptor that's been
For a long
with
time, it was like
been
their
with
flavor
Vega.
hero.
Comfortable in that CIS region.
It's just it fits the style that these teams like so well. There's another player, Sioma.
I wonder if Virtus.pro banned the co-op this time. Like if they thought that was a problem. Everyone else has been banning it so far against Newbee,
Turn to
but they have
bat.
really good ways to deal with it.
My rule against drafting against Newbee would be that
I wonder if
if you don't
Virtus.pro
see a
banned the co-op
Kaka
this
hero
time.
in the first
If they
phase,
thought
that
that was a
he's your
problem. Everyone else
he's
has
your
been
second
banning
phase
it so far
ban.
against Newbee.
I
But they have really good ways to
ban
deal with
the Sand My King rule and the Earth against Spirit drafting against Newbee would be that as VP here. if you
10
don't see a
seconds
Kaka hero in the
remaining.
first phase, that he's just because again, like the SCCC Queen of Pain, it's so good, but 20 different heroes in 27 games at TI. This guy's hero pool is so wide, I don't like banning it.
That guy's going to be holding that sign for a long time.
What is it?
It's so
Techies,
good,
please.
but 20
Oh, yeah.
different heroes.
He's going to be there a while.
See you
I'm
guys
going to
next
pop back
year.
in about a year, yeah,
So
and maybe his arms will have fallen off or
No,
something.
no offense, sir.
Sign.
I'm sure you're a wonderful person, but I hope that you're continuing to hold that sign after 7.07 is released and well
10
beyond.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, and maybe his arms. Yeah, who
Yeah,
knows?
there's the Sand King and the Earth Spirit ban.
5 seconds remaining.
Absolutely, I think the right call by VP.
Good targeting.
So what do you default here?
Yeah, and maybe his arms. Yeah, who
As
knows?
Newbee? The Sand King and the Earth Spirit ban. Well, the next hero in Kaka's pool is the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, Nyx is okay.
VirtusPro's turn to pick.
Trying to think what else. Play a decent
Well,
role.
the next
I'd be
hero
okay
in
with
Kaka's
Wyvern.
pool is-
Be okay with
Yeah.
Nyx. Yeah, Nyx
Wyvern's
is
my
okay.
next one after that.
I'd be really
Turn to pick.
trying to think what else. I would have said Clockwork, but I think that hero is kind of weird to play against Disruptor.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
and again, the Clockwork stats to me are so odd that Jabs has been lighting the world on
5
fire with that
seconds
hero
remaining.
so far in
I would have
Dota
said
Pro
Clockwork,
Circuit
but
play,
I think that hero
but
is kind of weird to play
everybody
against
else has
Disruptor.
just been
10 seconds
abysmal.
remaining.
And again, the Clockwork stats to me are so odd.
2 and 11
Jabs
for
has
everybody
been
not
lighting the world on fire
Jabs.
with that hero so far in
Isn't he
Dota
6
Pro
and 0?
Circuit. Yeah, play,
But I think that hero
but
is kind of weird to play
everybody
against
else has
Disruptor.
just been. Yeah, that dude. Yeah, he's just a different player this season. 2 and 11 for everybody.
I'm not sure he's human. Isn't he 6 and 0?
Yeah.
So for Newbee, we have their likely offlaner support.
Newbies, turn to
VirtusPro
pick.
take Necro.
And Necro, you want to talk about heroes that have been struggling a little bit.
So
Necro,
for
another
Newbee,
one
we
of
have
them.
their likely
You go again. Dota Pro Circuit LAN play so far this season, I believe that Necro is 4 and 15. You want to talk about heroes that have been struggling a little bit?
10 seconds.
Popular in the meta, not
Alright,
popular
crushing
in
him.
winning.
Go again. Dota Pro
So
Circuit
Newbee,
LAN play.
5
so
seconds.
far
I think you
this
need to be
season,
KB
I believe
core.
that Necro is 4
You could take Pugna, but Disruptor and SB
10 seconds.
deal with him okay. Bloodseeker's alright too.
Yeah,
I'm always a fan of Bloodseeker.
5 seconds.
I think you need to be
remaining.
KB core.
I don't know that you have to commit to
Take
Mugi's
Pugna,
here. I take
but
Kaka's hero.
Disruptor and SB.
Make,
You know what
make
else?
your call.
It's a pretty sick Ember game. Bloodseeker's
It is
Yeah.
a sick Ember game.
I'm always a fan of
Triple
Bloodseeker.
C's Ember.
I don't know. I mean, VP do have 2 heroes left to potentially counter it as far as the laning phase matchup goes. Necro doesn't have to be mid.
Yeah,
They don't usually pick it 3 either.
They can show one more
I
hero
don't know. I mean,
on the
VP
side of
do have 2
Newbee,
heroes
and
left
they
to
can see
potentially
the second
counter
core
Virtus
of VirtusPro
Pro's
and get a
turn
better
to
sense.
pick.
So they do end up taking Shaker.
Okay. All right. This is to me. This tells me that you know they're putting a vote of confidence behind their star 4 position player. They're saying, "Look, we know you had your struggles on this hero the other night, but we believe in you."
10 seconds remaining.
This is the hero we suggested
5
early on,
seconds remaining.
you sounded skeptical, Nahaz, you said.
Oh,
Shaker.
Yeah, only because of the way that Kaka's had a couple of rough games.
Yeah, he missed 3 straight Fissures in the early game that were all really costly, and he cast 4 Echo Slams in the first 32 minutes of that game and hit a total of 2 heroes. So this is a serious comeback game for Kaka, and I think that Earthshaker really needs to be highlighted in your mind as you're watching this game.
For VP, let's see. Give me a second, VP.
Newbee's turn
Oh,
to
damn.
pick.
Oh
End up
yeah,
picking
there we
Seeker.
go. Okay. And
Still down for Ember.
I like the
Yep.
Bloodseeker as kind of a block pick as well, because it would have fit decently well into Newbie's lineup for Mugi.
10
Obviously,
seconds
you know, if
remaining.
you're probably not worried about the Timbersaw again, but it does kind of that hero. It puts
5
pressure
seconds
if Newbie want to
remaining.
go the Queen of Pain, which you've left in the pool, puts pressure on that hero as well. I think pre-counters are a really important aspect of drafting right now.
So if you're a newbie, would you take something like CK or some?
It's tricky.
Virtus
Again,
Pro's
the
turn
Bloodseeker
to
applies.
bat.
Okay, the Bloodseeker applies a lot of pressure. Great response because it says, "Okay, fine. Bloodseeker is going to cause problems for melee heroes in general, but we're going to pick a melee hero that isn't really a melee hero anyway."
10 seconds
And I mean,
remaining.
you can run around with Rupture on you and just hit 3 guys with Boundless Strike and be right
5
back at full
seconds
HP.
remaining.
So, OS Frog.
Newbee's turn
So
to
VP
bat.
banned the Ember, which is what I thought would be the 4th pick. I didn't think it was getting through to 5, and it's a really sick Ember game. It's really nice against Spirit Breaker because you can always change him as he comes in. You can dodge the glimpse from the Disruptor, and Necro and Bloodseeker
10
don't have these
seconds
built
remaining.
hard lock stuns. So it's a really weird hero in
5
terms of its
seconds
mobility.
remaining.
Like it's the best mobility hero because it doesn't require you to take damage from Rupture.
Why would they
Newbee's turn to pick.
prioritize the Monkey King then?
I just think it's one of the few heroes that Bloodseeker says, "Oh crap, I don't want to lane
Right.
against
Yeah.
X."
So they had to ban the Batrider here. I think it's just too good against Monkey King and Earthshaker. Plus, it's really annoying for Nature's Prophet to have a really
10
good game.
seconds
But
remaining.
it puts them in a weird position because in all honesty, I don't know what heroes are left that they
5
can take. They
seconds
can grab like
remaining.
Pugna or something on the side of Newbee.
For
but
newbie DP.
DP's okay too.
I think this is the
What
next
is-
triple CDP game.
Yeah, what does KP play?
KP plays
plays
the Prophet.
or
Yeah.
Prophet.
Oh, the
Mirage.
I have like
Okay.
consistently forgotten about the 5th pick Potums throughout the tournament, which is
I
so
got
stupid.
something.
I feel like VirtusPro's heroes though are really nice against that Mirana. I want to hear what Ben has to say, but I think it's pretty good.
Oh, I should have said okay. This is it's not like an auto win brood game, but it's awfully good.
Well, didn't quite see that one coming. We've gotten used to it. It's been a feature of this particular tournament and the last 2. The Brood is the 5th pick and the final 20th for VirtusPro in this game. Will, which way is this going?
I think VirtusPro has a better lineup. I think that they have really good core matchups. their heroes are really good against that Mirana. I'm gonna go with VirtusPro.
Yeah, I think VP all the way. The one sort of, again, I think it really all comes down to Kaka on his Earthshaker. Like if he hits a sick echo around all the spiderlings and all the units that we're gonna have running around, I think Newbee can take this. But I don't think they have a great solution to the, and I really trust VP's mental fortitude and execution coming into this game 3. I think they're going to be your team advancing to the finals.
Okay. Thanks, gents. We'll get more from Nahaz and Blitz at the end of this game, because one way or another, this series is about to come to an end. Who's claiming the first position in the grand final? VirtusPro versus Newbee, game 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, VirtusPro versus Newbee, Game 3. I'm OD Pixel, I'm here with Ben Malini Wu, and we are ready to kick things off. Ben, it's another one of those games. The 5th pick Brood comes through. The panel says, they said there's certainly ways that they can look to play against the Brood. How strong is the Brood here in your mind, Ben?
I would say that this pick by VirtusPro is not as good as the one yesterday, but it's still pretty damn good here. I don't really think you're scared of any of the lanes. And you don't have a good catch. Best catch, like Bat Rider's great, Spirit Breaker. These 2 heroes are the kind of heroes that you want when catching on a Broodmother. But I think VirtusPro should be very, very happy with the way that this draft turned out.
Yeah, I'm happy to see some of these. The Solo Disruptor, something in the past that there was a period where Solo played this hero so much in competitive games, and he was very, very good at it. So it's always nice to see Solo come back in with the Disruptor play, and it is a great game for Disruptor. Catch out the Monkey King, the Mirana, Nature's Prophet, all with these ways of getting away from you. But Solo, you can definitely catch on him to have the catch, especially with the vision. In this 1-1. Finals here is support is definitely... It's hard to say, isn't it? But everyone's equal. We're in an equal world. Supports and carries are on the same level. But Kaka as well at the mid lane. He's doing pretty well. Look at the CS at the moment. He's 10-1 against this. I would have assumed that this Shaker would have had a nasty time. Well, the early levels was all right for Kaka.
Apparently, I haven't seen this matchup before.
Yeah, he's playing it really smart. Newbee.
That's pretty curious too, because you want the Earthshaker to have a really good game, because he's the only hero that can really catch out the Brood very easily. You want him to have like Shadow Blade, Blink Dagger, like all these mobility items coming out from him.
I love this. Yeah, I really like this decision to put Kaka in that core capacity.
Newbee were, I would say, a little bit criticized for their lack of innovation during TI, and this series with a Timbersaw last pick played by Moogie, Kaka playing a core Shaker, like these are really cool switch-ups that they're doing.
And he's doing an absolute amazing job of getting that farm in the middle lane. Bottom lane, Newbee making a bit of a go onto Solo. Lil will be with the charge onto Faith. Blood raised up as well. He's going to be taking a lot of damage for this one. Look for the brain sap, not going to get it out. First blood goes the way of no one. Now they'll turn to Wizmugi as well. Has the Jingu stacks up, but it's not enough to deal with 3 heroes beating down onto him. Verify will not save this man as VP pick up both kills from the bottom lane.
Where are you, Nature's Prophet? They have NP on their team. I think they went into that fight going like, okay, yeah, he could have...
It's a support Nature's Prophet, Ben. You've got, you know... He's level 2.
That's why you said all of them were equal.
Well, I mean, KP, it's being played in a different way, this Nature's Prophet, that's for sure.
I mean, he still has boost. That extra body helps a lot. Also, Moogie did not get the 3-man Boundless Strike. I think he probably could have positioned himself so that he actually hit...
We'll get the full heal.
Well, he was already full HP. It wouldn't have mattered. He would have been able to maybe kill one of the supports too, but with the angling of it. Or he could have used it to heal up instead of using it at full HP. Either way, there's, I think, a lot of things that he could have in that fight, but it was a lost cause.
Say what you want about like the way the KP's playing this Nature's Prophet in a support place, but it's working. Look at how much farm that CC's getting. He is absolutely zoning out Pasha. Pasha's only 5 for 1. SCCC 23 and 12.
I'm actually a big fan of support. Not necessarily the jungle one, but the support one. Well, one thing that's nice about the Nature's Prophet is he can jungle and he can get farm. We see that. We see that a lot of problems with like position 4s or 5s. Like you can't farm the jungle that easily. So if there's a lull in the game, you're not going to be able to get one of the best supports in finding farm on the map, no matter the state of the game.
And I'm loving the way that Kaka's playing that mid lane. He's 30 CS on this Shaker, 4 minutes in. That's got to be some of the highest CS we've seen in a while on a Shaker. And he's playing it perfectly. Once he hits 6, you got to be so careful if your Ramses in you. You make one misstep with the spiders, and Kaka's just going to be able to combo you down.
Yeah, he can also do the switch too, right? He can send his broodlings into the jungle, or just jungle completely and then just have his hero in the lane. So, like, I don't think he's gonna fall into the same trap. That
he shouldn't slip up in that sense. Lane. VP looking to make another go. This time KP will turn up for the fight. SCCC as well. He's not going to find the connection with the arrow. Looks towards Solo, but the kinetic field holds back the Mirana. He'll look to continue to chase this, but Solo a little too speedy. Gets himself away. Mid charge. He's heading back up towards the shrine. Ramses and the Spirit Breaker will look to go on him with the shrine here. Put them off from for anybody. I say that Lil's continuing with this one. The shrine's now already been used. They can't try with this character. Got the Echo Slam though. He's just going to blow it.
Did not think he was 6 or something?
I mean, you said they weren't going to walk into him with spiders, but that's what they just did.
These are professional players, Owen.
Professional?
What happened? What?
Now that shouldn't happen, should it? They knew he was 6. They knew he was full health. They knew he was full mana. He was always going to get that combo off. There's no way that they get all the bashes under the sun to make sure he doesn't get a single spell off.
Maybe they thought he would.
Let's throw everything in. Bam! Even the extra spiders of this side get caught out into. I mean, Ramses is very lucky to get away with his life.
Very hard pressed to think that they thought that was going to work out, because he charged through the tower. So maybe it works out if he doesn't get the echo, or get the enchant on the charge. But he's charged. He literally was on top of the tower, like 2 seconds before that. So yeah, that was that's some gold. Now Kaka is going to be scary.
He's top at 57 CS. This is... I mean, we've seen a few mid-shakers in our time recently, but Kaka, this has got to be one of the best performances on a mid-shaker. terms of just finding the farm of the lane. Top lane, BP looking to make a go. They're charging onto Mugi. Now Faith needs to keep Lil off Mugi somehow. Looks like the speed's just enough. Mugi's able to get himself out of there. KP and Faith trying to turn onto Lil. Lil still with the DD rune. You have to respect that, and they will back away. SCCC TP's back up to the top lane, and Lil will charge himself out of there, not wanting to stick around.
Radiant's middle tower is
No one's
under
getting some
attack.
alone time, especially with his buffed damage from Mugi getting so low.
Prize is mine.
So Mugi's struggling a little bit. His expense,
Radiant's
though.
middle tower is under attack.
Kaka's super happy about this.
I really is.
He's so big.
He's loving that. Top lane, charge onto KP. The support Nature's Prophet in potential trouble. The arrow will be duked out. It's back up for KP. Faith and STCC moving in onto Lil and Pasha. The Shroud will be
great
popped.
arrow. Pasha had to back off. It was like at the perfect angle where he couldn't actually sidestep it to the right and keep going. That's a big stack. Echo anyone? Can't echo that.
He wants to save it for the Ramsey's Broodmother kills.
Oh, now he's off to the jungle. Ramsey actually can't. He's not staying in lane as much.
As soon as that Echo comes back online, I think, you know, as you said, is only if he sort of sends the spiders out elsewhere. He can't afford to sit mid with those spiders by his side. As Kaka will see an opportunity and he will take it. Echo slams back up in 5 seconds.
Under attack.
Is that the answer? Mid shaker versus this pesky.
I mean, maybe towards the end of this patch, we are seeing teams come up with these new and innovative ways to play, and we always knew that Shaker was good against the Brood in other capacity, but in the straight 1v1 matchup, that's not something that we see every time. But Kaka is showing us it absolutely works.
Mugi also won for 2 points in free dance. That
Dire's
is very
bottom tower is under attack.
Usually you'll see like a 2-0-2 and then maybe 1 point in free dance if you need the mobility or the scouting, but 2 points in free dance is a little bit unusual. I like the max boundless strike so you can like crit all those spiders and get some gold, but I guess Kaka's on extermination duty.
I guess having sort of the stronger slows sort of nice against the Ghost Shroud or the Necro maybe. You know, in terms of controlling him, giving you a chance to kill him post Ghost Shroud.
That's what we call it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe that's the plan, you never know. He's going to get charged upon. See if they want to dive this Lil. He certainly does want to go in for that initial touch, but Pasha not quite close enough to chase him. But Mugi does have to be careful now with the Reaper's Scythe online. Definite kill potential for VP on that top lane. Mid lane though, that's going to be where STCC and Faith are interested in getting involved. If they find a Nightmare, they should certainly find a kill. They don't even need it with the Sprout set up into the arrow. Vicious there from Kaka across the line and cuts down Solo.
Did he just TP in with like 20% HP?
Radiant structures are fortified.
But KP?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize he was in that fight.
Leaves. He's probably done it solo. And he has a trance. It's worth the slide.
Alright, yeah, you take that trade for the tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Almost. If he had gotten that tower, super close.
Yeah, it's going to be what, 10-11 minutes. Treads, Blink, Shaker. Good levels as well. Level 10 on Kaka.
From VirtusPro's point of view, though, you know that they're actually really worried about this guy. Like, giving a Shaker this much early farm is actually a huge issue because his Blink Dagger is going to be the key to them picking up the Broodmother and really limiting Ramsey's effectiveness throughout this game. I don't really think they anticipated this going into the draft and going into the game too.
Definitely not.
Like, it's actually working out spectacularly for him.
And maybe in some games that we missed. When was the last time we saw Kaka in any sort of capacity just take the mid lane and KP go to this very sort of active roaming support Nature's Prophet role? It's something very different from Newbee, and
that's one of the best audibles I've seen.
See,
he doesn't want to die before his Blink Dagger though.
No, but
he needs to get out of there.
VP certainly want to kill him before that.
Is he in glimpse range?
Oh, it's so close. Oh, they're getting it. It looked like it was out of it, but apparently not.
Oh no, that's his Blink Dagger.
Shut down. That's going to knock him back a couple of 100 gold. Crucial pick off there for VP. As you say, that is the hero at this stage of the game. That as long as they can slow him down.
That's just so greedy though by him. Just incredibly greedy. He's so close.
It looks like he's out of range. I mean, I guess the range tool there isn't completely accurate, and maybe some of it was to do with the difference in levels that there are. Maybe the struts was on the low ground or such.
Yeah, he was just waiting for Ramsey to pop out, dust him, get some free kills, Broodlings. But I mean, It happens.
And of course, as well as Kaka did do in that mid lane, it doesn't necessarily slow down Ramses at all. As you mentioned, he's got the utilization of the jungle, he's top of the net worth, 11 minutes Desolator, still very, very good timing for Ramses. On top of that medallion as well, so VP have good potential in terms of even just looking for Roshan, taking these early objectives.
Dire's bottom tower is
The
under
Brood Mother
attack.
still very, very strong. As the panel said, this was definitely, regardless of the little windows that Newbee will have to punish the Brood, Ramses is still going to have in general a good Brood game.
In the Nation's Prophet, that was maybe a little bit of a question mark earlier. He's keeping up in net worth. There are 7 heroes, around that 3,000 mark or above. Spiritbreaker's kind of close, but he's definitely the support that's above all the other ones. And that's the Blink Dagger. He did take a little bit of time to farm it. Let's see if he smokes up, goes for a Brood kill. They know that he's close. And it looks like he's gonna die.
Yep, straight in. Static Storm's down. They'll glimpse him into. He's on the edge of the kinetic field, but it still slows him down. Moonlight Shadow's out. Looks like the boys on VP don't have detection. Kaka's going to be fine. They can't dive any further. They have 1 sentry down in the river, but he was just out of range. Kaka keeps himself safe. The blink is now delivered out to him under the cover of moonlight.
That glimpse actually saved them too. It pushed him way close to the tower, so the melee heroes weren't actually
Radiant's
able to
top tower
do
is under attack.
that much damage to them. So you want to kill one of the cores. Brood Mother is going to give you the most amount of gold, but is also the most risky of your ganks. So let's see which one they want to go for.
No one would be a lot easier, but he's aware that they're off the map. He's keeping very close to the tower. Ramses in the neighborhood on the high ground now, moving down towards them.
Ooh,
quite dispel the smoke. Yeah,
he was in a perfect and they're scouting through the Ancients because it's very, very common for Brood to farm Ancients, but they can't find them. Smoke will pop. They're right under the Reserve Reward. I don't know if they actually saw the blink though. He hasn't gone down the hill, I believe.
Yeah, I think that, they saw the others. I don't know if they've seen the Shaker.
Yeah, I don't think they know. But
Kaka.
Could be an easy solo.
Right, he'll go for
Okay.
it. They'll just drop the Echo, sees an opportunity, takes it. Doesn't feel like they're going to be able to do anything else with it. It's a long cooldown to commit, but Kaka seems to feel the trade's worth it.
Oh, and immediately they will.
The fact that there was that smoke and movement mid lane, there's going to be no backup for Mugi. The Reaper side kill initially doesn't get it, but overall he's still dead. And I think if you're VP, you're happy with that. And that was a good read as well. I guess they saw the Shaker there. They saw that he had the blink. They knew that if he's coming through, there's going to be backup. They'd also seen the other couple on the ward, and they immediately make a go on Mugi top. Oh, thanks for the spiders. CCC.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just being scrimped up immediately. Their Static Storm is not going to be able to save him. They'll drag back Kaka with the glimpse. Ramses with the Deso, doing a lot to Kaka. I think that he wished that he had that Echo Slam right now. Rupture onto SCCC as no one's coming as well to join the fight. VP will take 2.
Yeah, that move to go into the jungle. Solo's okay with that, right? If he doesn't use Echo, I think it's a win for Newbee, but I think trading Echo for Solo's life is not working. Because it's their only big Brood kill or method of killing that Brood right now.
And as we saw there, VP were just very quick to make plays, knowing that Echo Slam wasn't available, and they got them.
Alternatively, they could have Farm Mugi to deal with them, but I don't really foresee that happening anytime soon. He's going for the Diffusal build. Diffusal is way more common than the common Deso build versus the Necrophos.
Yeah, in terms of getting the Death Summon kicking first up as well, I think I've only really seen what Miracle do that in the game recently. It's certainly fallen off.
It's because Heroes versus Necrophos, Owen.
Yeah, it's in every game.
But it's not as satisfying going to the Diffusal build.
No, I mean Deso's the fun build. That's the one where you're able to one-shot supports with the Boundless.
You strike me as like a Deso Rapier builder.
Yeah. It doesn't win many games, man.
Worth.
For the Force now. Complete for Pasha. I mean, VP are really getting everything together very nicely. And this is definitely the problem when you run this core shape. If you're unable to make a big impact, like say there was a support shaker blowing the Echo, I think you'd be a lot happier. But the fact that that's your core hero using a large amount of his damage to to do that.
It's more so that no one else can really deal with it. Oh,
yeah. Maybe he can get... Oh, but he's been adjusted, it doesn't matter. Still gets the jump on the Ramsey, but a quick static storm in response. They turn for the Reaper's side. Kaka's down. Roshan still survives. Who's going to be able to finish on Mugi? Trying to get the Wukong's command out, but he's dead. Roshan is down to Newbee. SCCC will claim the Aegis. Faith goes for the Fiend's Grip, but overall it's VP winning the fight. They bring down SCCC once. They'll bring him down again. Newbee lose 4. Maybe even 5. KP's caught out by the glimpse. Solo has the catch. Lil charges forward. They're going to get the T-Wipe. VP absolutely destroy Newbee. I think Newbee were able to get the kill on Roshan. Indeed, they picked up the Aegis, but it was not worth it. Huge fight for VirtusPro. And just instant reactions from Solo. As soon as that blinking was there, they weren't able to cancel the blink, but they were able to get that static storm down immediately, make sure there was no real follow-up. He couldn't get the full combo out. All he had was the echo.
Dire's
Mugi
middle tower is under attack.
Goes in the fight, jumps into the static storm. They have a lot of ways to get out Roach. We saw the arrow coming out first from the Mirana. SEC knows what's up. They have Treants, they have Sprout, they have Tree. They can jump on the trees to scout too. There's a lot of ways for them to actually scout out Roach, but they were just hard pressed to get there before Roshan.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at the two lineups, I think, as you say, at this stage of the game and with the position that Newbee are in, you say they probably have the stronger potential around the pit, but VP just straight up outplayed them there. Blood Bright, Static Storm, huge nuisances. And as you say, if Newbee get ahead of themselves and do fully commit as a team at the start, they're just going to get caught in these positions where they can't get out of the Blood Bright. They just get bursted down.
Do you want to guess Mugi's damage this game?
Oh, it's not going to be pretty.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's not what you want to see him.
Yeah, he needs to step up his damage. He's just not. I mean, I get it. He had a rough lane, right? But he wasn't even first Brood. But his damage is 2.2k. That's the lowest in the game, and far lower than anyone else on VirtusPro side. That's a big problem for Newbee. They need him. Like last game was a great Timbersaw game.
Okay.
And he doesn't have to play that well in order to own.
SCCC.
Oh, no, he's gonna be destroyed.
He certainly is. He's out on his own. And that's going to be another freebie for VP. They are just losing kills left, right, and center. Newbee 14-4, 18 minutes in. VP stepping it up. And you've got to remember, this is a Brood game where Ramses is very far ahead. You do not want to get behind this team.
Right now, it just feels like two cores for Newbee. Kaka and SCCC.
They're just losing kills everywhere now. Faith's out alone. Faith's gone. VirtusPro showing no mercy. And I mean, Newbee, they've got to do something big. They really have to group up and get some sort of big playoff with this Echo Slammers. At this stage of the game, as I've been saying, Shaker core is pretty, but it's going to fall off so heavily against these cores of VP's lineup. They're just going to be able to play around with Kaka. And as we saw, once Sunstein gets caught out with his game over, Solo as well, down bottom, gives his life, and Mugi is going to get out of this one. So at least they'll be able to get a kill back in favor of themselves. It is just a support. Doesn't cost them any of their lives. They do back out, but they need to do something big as a team. They need to tackle VP's cause because no one in Ramses, they're getting out of hand.
They're not giving them the opportunity. Like when have they actually been in like a position to really get destroyed too? Like even Lil's gonna die here, or actually.
He should. Look at the Maelstrom procs and the burst damage. He'll go down. The question is if VP can find something in return. The Reaper side with the Faith, not enough damage. But Kaka comes in with the Echo. Big amount of damage onto Ramsey, but it's not enough. He Shadow Amulets, but the damage, the Vision's there with the Sentry. The Blood Right immediately out for no one. And this is the problem with the core Shaker, Ben. That's all it can do at this stage of the game.
Well, they just need more backup. Like he was almost had enough damage to kill him. There were no Broodlings. Ramses has been really good about splitting up himself. Right now he's not pushing with the Broodlings. Before, when they went on the Bane mid, it was just his Broodlings. So if he gets echoed, Ramses is not going to die. So he's, there's a lot of damage control coming out from him. You just prepare him for the worst case scenario, just make sure he doesn't feed away his life, and his net worth is going to continue to skyrocket.
Oh, if we talk about this, Ben, Mugi changed his build. The items.
Okay. Battle Fury, I definitely think he needs this. Necrophos isn't a problem. Like, it's not like, oh my god, this Necrophos, his Heartstopper, his Reaper is destroying us. No, it's everybody else and his, as well as his lack of farm. So I think this farming tool to get him back in the game is much more important than having
CCC. I mean, it's just so hard to play on the map with the catch that VP have. We talked about it from the draft. You know, Solo and Lil, these two are going to catch you every time at this stage of the game where there's no Manta, no BKB. Very, few defensive items that Newbee can resort to. Faith gets glimpsed back. That's going to be another free pickoff for VirtusPro. Double kill for Ramses. They're just, Solo and Lil are just manhandling them everywhere.
Newbee need to set up traps. They need to set up traps with Kaka baiting behind. But the thing about it is usually Kaka, like, Kaka is the one that's gonna be out. Like, they're not used to playing in this manner, perhaps, with Kaka as that mid player.
I mean, as we said, it looked good for the laning stage. The mechanical skill was there in that terms, but as you say, overall, just the fact that you had to play the game so differently when you make this sort of major switch up in terms of who's playing what.
Radiant are scanning.
It's hard, especially against a lineup like VirtusPro, who's so comfortable at the moment with their picks, with this lineup. It's a very VirtusPro draft, and they're playing it to perfection. 22 minutes coming up, 7k gold lead, 18-6. No one and Ramsey still in beautiful places on the network. They're far ahead, and I mean, Newbee, they need time to catch up. But even at that stage, VP, they're comfortable at this situation.
They are going for a gank down on bottom with the Moonlight Shadow. Kaka is ready. No Shadow Blade yet, so this is going to be really tough, especially with the Moonlight ending pretty soon. But Moogie will perhaps
can they actually blow up Pasha? I don't know.
Easily with the Echo.
Okay.
But I'm not sure if they're going to have like the right jump. He's not in position.
Yeah, he's keeping himself away from the crease. Maybe if Faith can get the setup for a good arrow, they should have a chance. Charge will be coming in. He'll go straight with the Fiend's Grip. Solo lets to cancel it. Static Storm down on the two of them. He'll lay down the Wukong's command. Pasha gets seen there with the Ghost Guard. He's fine. He's going to turn. He's got the Reaper side kill. He's turned up. Echo Snap popped down. They do finish off the kill, but Newbee, they've lost 2 for it. Newbee need to find more out the back of this. They're looking for Lil. Solo looks towards Moogie. Moogie TP's out. KP's got his eyes on Solo, but Lil charges across, has the stun onto KP. He's caught in the blood right. KP's down. Solo survives. And again, it's another favorable trade for VirtusPro. Sure, they lost the Necrophos, but Newbee, they lose 3. Meanwhile, Ramses, he's knocking on your tier 3s.
Yeah, that's gold right there. That's how you catch up. Moogie, he casted his ulti and then he immediately ran out of it. What was that? What was that about? I don't know if he was trying to dodge something, but he got no value out of his ultimate that fight. Still, they did manage to bring down Pasha at least. That's a nice touch for them.
I mean, it's a very little at least, though. It's not good enough, man. They need much more than that.
Still a lot of gold too, but Ramses is slowly but surely getting good tower damage. So I think if you're Newbee, you have to think about what's going to happen for next. Do you actually want to fight it, or do you just give Ramses the Roche and wait until this Battle Fury starts kicking in for him and for the Monkey King, and then you can kind of come back later in the game? I'm not actually sure which one's the best option for them. The net worth is not like that out of control. You just need better.
It may be about to get out of control unless Newbee can take a miracle of a fight here. They'll get a good Fisher onto 2. Does allow them to eliminate Solo straight away. They need to get more out of this. They need some big kills. Only got the 1. Moonlight Shadow being used, trying to help them close the gap, but they're sort of off the mark here with their movement. They headed towards the left whilst VP went straight back towards the mid lane. And it will just be the 1. They do avoid VP getting a good jump, as VirtusPro are very active in the sense that they wanted to fight there. So Newbee at least able to push them back, stop them from finding an opportunity to jump them. Shadow Play is now complete for Kaka, so more potential for the Blink Echo Slams to come from the shadows.
Look at the 21-8 and looking at the deaths. Yeah. None on the important cores, none on Brood, and only 1 on the Necrophos. So Solo and Lil again doing a great job of making sure that they're the ones in the line.
Faith. Very little ways that he can play his way out of this one. Does have Moogie near him. He'll drop down a sentry. Oh, okay. Gets the Fiend's Grip, but the spiders are buying into him. They need to keep those spiders open with the Fisher. They do for a little bit of time, but Lil comes in to finish up the kill. Lil going in with the Nether Strike. Reaper Scythe onto Moogie. That's going to be the Monkey King down. They'll try and force Kaka to save him, but he gets glimpsed back by Solo. He's ticking down low. The Shrine will buy him some time. Throws out the Echo. Will manage to kill Solo, but Pasha's there with Lil. They lose the Shaker again. Newbee losing heroes. VP did lose Ramses, and as we said, that is one of the heroes that Newbee need to absolutely throw everything out to kill, but it cost them Bane's life and 2 at their cores.
They're still keeping up though. They have the farming items that they need. Mirana has the Maelstrom, and then they have the Battle Fury and the Monkey King. So yeah, remember, their goal is to, I think, just take it much later. They have the farming items. It's not like they went for BKBs and they're still like trading kind of evenly in fights. They went for farming items. They're trading relatively evenly so that they can aim for a 50-60 minute win for them. but at the same time, you see no one also getting monstrous. He's been very quiet this game in the Bloodseeker, but he has a Mjolnir and a Midas, so he doubled down on the farming items.
Dire's bottom tower.
And I think at some point he's going to be able to maybe even one-on-one the Monkey King inside his ultimate. That's scary.
Yeah. And that's definitely something as well that I guess is sort of accepted, but that's really nice to think about. Is that the Blood Right is a huge issue for the Monkey King, isn't it? Because he has to sort of accept it or get out of his own ultimate. It's a good way of forcing him to have to be very careful with his response command placement.
Usually you're okay with it. You just BKB.
You just tank it? Okay.
Well, you BKB and you tank it. That's going to come later on, but
yeah.
This game, I don't know. The thing is, no one's already kind of preparing for it too. Scotty, it's a great way to deal with the Monkey King. Scotty Abyss. So that's really just Bloodseeker is excellent. Your window is so almost all their T1s and T2s are down on the side of Newbee. So that was a trap though. They baited out Faith, they played around them, they get a Ramsey's kill, then you continue to do that, bait out their supports. I think the Nature's Prophet is ideal because you kind of have it ingrained in your mind that he's usually a core, he's usually offlane, he's usually pretty farm, and you want to kill the Nature's Prophet. But this game he's a 4, so you're okay with killing.
Talking about KP, did get the Courier Snake, didn't have anything on it at the time. Still any bit of gold that the side of Newbee can get, they'll be happy with. Shadowblade's finished for Mugi. On top of the Battle Fury, so I feel a little more confident with pushing out these side lanes, getting a bit more out there himself on the map, finding the farm that he desperately needs. He wants to get with that Battle Fury itemization. Ramsey's Butterfly next on the shopping list. And if this game continues at this pace, he'll have it done in a couple of minutes.
Who is their anti-evasion?
Dire's bottom.
That's Monkey, right? But Monkey King needs like BKB, maybe a Lincoln. Then we're talking about Monkey King bar.
A gift from the Tempest of Endurance Run.
KP has managed to finish off the Orchid with the Midas build that he's running.
Oh yeah, I guess
he's creeping up.
Bloodthorn's pretty good too, right?
Yeah, that would be a good answer. And of course they have got that huge magical burst to get the Dream Echo started. Bottom lane, they're going to need to do something. VP ready to pressure in onto the tier 3. As she comes out, Kaka trying to lock down this Necrophos, but Pasha will juke out. The arrow connection won't be there. VP still finds stick around, and they're trying to split Newbee up. Consistently having this push in the mid lane. They have to be careful with those spiders, and we're seeing each and every time a lot of money going to Mugi as he cleans them out with the Boundless Strike. Up top, KP has the Sprout, trying to get himself out of range for the TP out of there, and he's actually going to make it.
Woo, perfect. Force staff out.
Very, very slick play there from KP.
He heard you praise him.
That was close. Especially with Asher coming in as well. He wanted to drop down that Reaper's side.
Still a good pace of the game for Newbee. Taking it slow, just farming it up, getting 3 kills on Spider Eyes when he can. And looks like this could be a fight that they're looking for. There is that Obs ward. They just scouted out with arrows, so they know that they have vision, and I don't think they want to take a fight there before they deward that.
A little close point charge into the base. I think if you're a newbie, you do want to at least wait on Mugi's completed BKB before you actively try him. That's going to be something else that... The newbie, they do have answers and ways to deal with it. They've got a good amount of physical with that Deso Brood Mother and the Bloodseeker. KP has eyes on Lil's movements and immediately goes up to the top lane.
It's a tough game. The Nature's Prophet. There's so many ways he could die.
Oh yeah, we've seen how good these catches. Maybe one of the reasons why the alteration was made in the position that the Nature's Prophet was played, because of how well VP can catch the core Nature's Prophet, bringing in the support role, as you mentioned earlier. It's a really nice little touch in terms of just drawing attention away from the other cores. He has TP'd into a bit of a dodgy position though. Pasha's there as well as Lil, and KP's gone. 80 seconds, no Nature's Prophet. 80 seconds where VP don't have to worry about those side lanes getting heavily pushed if they look to group up and go down mid.
But the question is, can they actually do anything with the Aegis? We're seeing a timer of just 1 minute and 10 seconds left. And I think that window's too small, and I think KP was banking on that. Yeah, if they kill me, whatever, they're not going to be able to push. I think their window might be too slim, but actually VirtusPro looks like they're trying to group up mid and make use of the last minute of the Aegis. Maybe thought that the window would be a little bit bigger.
Ramses is in on the base. He's back in behind Kaka. Looking to go on to Lil. I mean, this is two cores playing around with the Spirit Breaker, not even going to get in. The Boundless strikes off the mark. And those cores, they need to be back at base because VP's pushing in. Nightmare and Arrow combo will catch out the Brood. They look for the Fiend's Grip, but Faith's glimpsed back. You can't keep the channeling going. VirtusPro just look towards the melee racks. Newbee, can they actually keep them off there? Mugi toying with the idea of the Wukong's command. They've got the echoes down onto Pasha. Ghost Shroud's out. Pasha's going to survive. Gets forced out of the base. He'll live. Buyback from KP. Newbee need everything with this fight, but they've already lost the melee racks. No one moves in with the Moyona and the BKB always moving fast. They're low on Newbee. They've got to back up. Mugi's trying his best to turn with the Jingu, but it's not enough damage. It's not enough lifesteal. Mugi's down as well as Kaka. Kaka buys back, but Faith's gone. KP's down as well. Two heroes out on Newbee without buyback. VP clean up the mid lane. They tried something different this game, Newbee, but questionable whether maybe this was the best place to do it in the semi-finals of the major, as it's all falling apart. And this is, it's so hard for Newbee to rectify the situation they're in.
And they wasted the buyback, unless they get something right now.
It's unlikely. VP are just playing the top of their game in this match, where it matters the most. They want to get to that finals. They are hungry for these qualifying points.
Yes.
Damn, Pasha's big. I thought he was gonna die. They threw everything in the kitchen sink at him, but he just forced that downhill and just scooted away.
20k gold lead, 29-11, full Scardy on no one. That means 20k net worth plus. There's just no one near him on Newbee. Him and Ramses are so far ahead.
We've been focusing so much on the Brood with this game, and so has Newbee, and they've just no one in Pasha to farm up whatever they want.
They know they've got to do these risky plays. But there's an observer ward in their base. VP know that this is going on. They're not going to be caught out by it. They're already backing away, grouping up, ready for if Newbee try and even think about taking a team fight towards mid. Can Newbee really even get the sort of jump that's required to get a successful team fight win? It's so hard for them.
You just know that Newbee's options are so limited at this point. They have to smoke gank outside of the base, or split push out. Split push out is just not really happening right now. Lil is excellent at picking out split pushers, and Ramses can, and or no one can kill anyone. Well, it looks like he just pots BKB on that. Just trying to flutter.
I think, it looks like it was a well played to come out from Noah. Not that it matters too much really with the lead that they have. They're fine waiting the 60 seconds before VP look to fight again, and even without the BKB, if they get some good control from solo, Ramses can still quite easily go to work in these fights.
So Newbee have about 4 minutes before this game gets completely unwinnable. If they don't do anything before next Roche, I would say they just flat out lose the game. There's no way they can deal with the item advantage of their second cheese and the third Aegis. So, yeah.
DD as well, ready for the taking by Roshan.
Let's see what masterpiece they can pull out of their sleeve.
It's to the 3 minutes and 30 of it until Roshan's back up.
Ooh, maybe he could have baited that right there. What if he baited that DD? That would have been sick. Do they have a gem?
Spells. If you're where the KP is on the high ground, KP will just TP straight out. He'll be fine.
They need a gem on the side. They're all ending at this point. Like one lost fight is game over.
Absolutely.
So
with those buybacks on cooldown,
maybe no one has the gold for it.
They really need that BKB on Mugi if they want to hold any sort of chance of allowing this Monkey King to do anything in the fights.
Yeah, I think Kaka should, or KP should buy the gem, if any.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I guess he could go for Bloodthorn too, because he does need the item. I don't think he's going to be able to farm Bloodthorn before this road fight is going to happen. Everything's going to blow up in the next couple of minutes.
He's got some crucial intel here. His team not quite by him, but they're heading over. Newbee really don't want to get caught out here. Mugi's going to TP out Faith, quick with the Nightmare, and will TP himself out to safety as well. No stun in time or anything from Newbee, from VP. So Newbee do manage to get out of that one.
But Roche is up in 1 minute's time. What can Newbee do here? I just cannot fathom how they can win a fight inside their base, though, with the items that VP are going to get, though. So it has to be somewhere outside the base. But they're kind of in position to pop all the smokes, pop their BKBs in time, so they're taking fight, VP are sealed against catastrophe. They expect this. They're like, the only way they can win this right now is that they some terrible, terrible smoking happens against us right now. They have the wards set down and are very comfortable with what they are at.
The prize is mine.
See as well, BP, they are very happy and certainly looking for a fight. Lil consistently trying to set up for the charges. No one as well did TP down into jungle in case maybe stuck around for the fight. Let's see that Roche is there. They'll head into the pit. There for any way that Newbee can get to this. They're very split up across the map at the moment.
Don't think so.
And yeah, with no down there, it's unlikely.
They're going to bank on the Miracle high ground defense. Big echo onto the cheese carrier is your next play here.
Sure. It's all about the echo slams from Kaka. He's got to get it perfect.
At this point though, they could just tank the echo. They could probably just like three of their cores get echoed, one responds with Aegis, one just buy, or another two just like buy back, and they can just kind of run it down. But we'll see if they can get anything more glorious than that, because Newbee needs something like that to win this game. He got the Lance third item on Mirana, a little bit unusual.
Yeah, you got it after Monster. Hold down bottom, KP will get caught out as he's consistently trying to, well, I say that. Oh, is the bash there? Doesn't need it. Too much damage coming through from Lil with the blood rage from no one. KP's gone for 45. VP, they know that there's a player down. That Aegis, they have that cheese. They want to push the advantage. Butterfly also complete for no one.
Gotta be big.
There's, as we've said, there's no way for Newbee to really deal with that sort of evasion.
Maybe Nature's Puppet was really close to it. That's why he was split pushing out so aggressively. I guess he almost has enough for the crystals, but not quite enough for the recipe yet. That could definitely catch him off guard.
There's a full assault cuirass as well on Ramses. These towers are going to fall very, very fast. Base is in such a fragile position now. The Newbie. They've got that BKB on Mugi, but it's still the damage that's lacking.
He cannot man fight anyone. The BKB is the sad
top
part.
tower is under attack.
Oh man. Dealing with all this evasion is a huge problem for him. He might not even be able to build up enough Jingu stacks.
Yeah. It's the Fisherman Assassin. Doesn't want to blow his combo onto no one alone. He needs to get more out of this. This does separate no one from his team. The Fiends grip him. Looking for the Wukong's command, they get it down. Lil charges across it. Bloodright forces the side of Newbee to back up temporarily. Solo will be fine. Glimmer Caves walks out of the Wukong's. Lil just sort of playing around outside of their base. This is a very scrappy one here for Newbee. Ramses, meanwhile, just solos the top lane of Rax. Destroys them with his Deso Butterfly AC build in a matter of seconds. And Newbee, they don't get any kills. I'm sure they hold VP off in that bottom lane, but this is just going to happen again and again with Ramses just moving in and just destroying the base of Newbee.
He might be able to get some like sick charge. Nah, he just TP'd up. That was free Rax.
He's back in. They got the damage to even bring him down once. It doesn't look like it. It's going to be sprouted underneath the tree line. Will get forced forward. Looks like they'll be able to claim his life once. Can they do it again though? Most of VP now moving into position. Ruptures onto Faye. BKB popped by Ramses. Mugi has to back up even with that BKB. They've got the Moonlight Shadow. Ramses looking for the Rags. They've got the control into Kaka. Kaka's not going to be able to get anything out of there. He has to buy back and get involved. He'll buy back into this one. The Reaper side comes down onto KP. He does have buyback available, but the bottom racks are gone. VirtusPro slowly but surely doing its 40 minutes in, 34k gold lead. They've managed to get Newbee without any sort of racks. Mega creeps are out. Newbee desperately holding on as they should. This is their last line here at ESL Hamburg.
Every rapier time too.
They need a rapier on the Monkey King, but Mugi, he's far away and he's shooting at the Butterfly. And mid lane, they'll jump in. They'll look for the Echo. They have got the stun lock. Ramses will fall. Ramses gone for 100, but they need more than that. No one's got a DD ring. You've got to be so careful where this Bloodseeker goes. In fact, Mugi, he TP'd straight back out. Maybe they can do something with one man down on VP. They haven't got that Echo for anything else. Kaka with the Invis takedown. They spot Solo. They know his movements, but Solo comes in, gets the glimpse onto Fade. No one pots the BKB. Takes down one, takes down two. Kaka's down for 128 seconds, and GG indeed is finally called. VirtusPro, your first grand finalist here at ESL Hamburg. They'll move forward. Newbee, they had great displays in the early games, but game 3, it just all fell apart. That 5th pick Brood, the performance from VirtusPro, perfect play from Ramses, no one's Bloodseeker as well, just the farm that these boys had, it was off the charts. This was an incredible amount of play from these two cores, and the switch up didn't work. Newbee tried something very different, very
I'm young, young. Check, check. Thank you guys for coming to my channel. See you next game. I will offers. Bye guys. Thank you guys for coming to my channel. See you next game. I will offers. Bye guys.